Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Mortanius, and we are back with some more Warhammer 40k Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition. It's funny, I was actually about to say Space Marine 2. When we last left off, we got ourselves one very... Come to find out, our local Inquisitor, Drogan, the individual who was in the process of creating this supposed super weapon, had actually been dead almost the entire time. He was potentially alive when he called for our assistance from the way things looked, but after that, well, I guess he didn't really last too long. Don't exactly know how Chaos found him, but, well, Chaos found him. We managed to use this super weapon of his to try and shatter the spire, to give us time, to give us a chance. But that was exactly what him and apparently his master wanted. Now this planet is fighting for its life, more so than it already was with the orcs. The war boss of which was recently attacked, swarmed by Chaos. And apparently he didn't die so easily. Went toe to toe with their leader, and they have since disappeared. So if you like what you see and want to see more of me as we find both of them and skull stomp them into oblivion for the Emperor, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Time recording is 12:04 a.m. Monday, June 16th, 2025. Dying of the light. Reach the Titan Manufactorum. Yep, get the Titan, and get the Manufactorum of jackets to secure the Titan war machines. The thought is that the Titan is our only shot now. Everything else is officially FUBAR. Even though the Titan kind of should have been active anyway. Not initially, obviously, but for a while, it should have been active. We call that progress. That looks like one of those Astartes supply drop spots. Yes, sir.
Benjamin, something terrible has happened. Your mother, my Juliet, we got caught in an orc ambush. They called it your sister. She was screaming, and your mother threw herself at them. They laughed, Benjamin. The worst sound I've ever heard. And I grabbed Hannah. But your mother, they took her and they broke her, and I couldn't. We made it to Epsilon Center. Find us, Benjamin, please. Find us.
Wow. Yeah, I knew in the end it was gonna start going bad for those folks, but I wasn't entirely sure how. He was just leaving too many messages. It was a story we were meant to be invested in. There's no way it wasn't gonna go bad at some point. They took her and they broke her. For reference, in case you folks are confused, they're not as strong as space marines, but they are far stronger than regular humans. Far stronger than regular humans. So when he says they broke her, he easily meant it.
A demon killed Inquisitor Drogon and then possessed his body. But why?
Alone, there was no way the demon could get the power source past 1 million orcs. It needed help.
And we obliged.
I was deceived. I am responsible for chaos breaking through to this world.
Yeah, this ain't y'all's fault. I didn't see it coming, but there it is. Me not seeing it coming doesn't change the result. All I can do is do better as next time. Simple as that. Little as that sounds, but there it is. And hopefully you two remember this. Yes, Sirski.
Genetic scan complete. Adeptus Astartes. Full
What?
access granted.
If only I had my jump pack. The Iron Halo. What is that? I'm just watching the movie for a second before I get into the description. Interesting. This ancient artifact generates a personal energy shield that greatly reinforces the resiliency of Space Marine power armor. Okay, allowing them to weather even the fiercest attacks. Iron Halos are so rare that only Ultramarine captains and company champions are authorized to use them. Wow. Oh, and now my barrier is blue up there instead of sort of a yellowish golden. Yeah, they can't afford to give me jump jets. I'll have too much fun. Why do I keep calling them? It shows my instinct wants to get to Mass Effect Andromeda quite quickly. That's... Yeah, I figured all this noise around, that sound you normally hear from the servo skull is blocked out. I'm like, nah. Out here, sorta, but...
On that fateful
Nope, not what I
journey
meant.
through the warp, in my exhausted... On that fateful journey through the warp, in my exhausted musings, I let my guard down. Something a psyker should never do. My desire, my psychic will, reached out into the warp, and the warp reached back. A spark of warp energy appeared before me, tentative, flickering, and powerful. I felt it batter my psychic shields. My shock was absolute. I lost focus, and the spark disappeared. I knew I had to get it back.
Interesting. Can already tell where this is going. So that spark is what is what happens to be in this big iron that sits on my hip. All right.
I let my guard down. Something a psyker should never do. My desire.
Yeah,
my
something a psyker should never do.
psychic will
In the warp.
reached
Jesus
out into
Christ.
the warp, and the warp reached back. A spark of warp energy appeared before me, tentative, flickering, and powerful. I felt it batter my psychic shields. My shock was absolute. I lost focus. The spark disappeared. I knew I had to get it back.
Kinda had to test this out, but like, it's like a little drop right here. high enough to be a problem, low enough to not be noticeable. He let his guard down in the warp. Fool. I don't see how.
Ultramarines, attack!
You first. Most definitely. Y'all have been the bane of existence, not just mine. What was that? Like this Iron Halo. I see why it was I see why it was gone in the second one. You had to get out of that spot quickly. Yep, just line up. I really hope they patch that. That stopping me from using my gear. I don't know what that is, and it irritates me to the bone. The amount of times it's actually added to me getting myself killed. Just because I couldn't drop an orc or 3 early enough. I hope they add orcs to Space Marine too. Demons too. Nah, vengeance shall remain with me.
Captain, duty requires that I put voice to my concerns.
Speak, then.
You held the unshielded power source again, Captain. And again, you emerged from the exposure unscathed.
You want to hold it? Try your luck.
Astartes warns that those in league with Chaos can withstand the warp's touch.
You forget yourself, Ultramarine.
Leandros, I do not take this warp resistance lightly. But the search for answers must wait until after we deal with this Chaos invasion.
What if that is too late?
Leandros, enough. We need to keep moving.
What do you mean, what if that's too late? What else are we gonna do right now? Fight each other? You got a lot of heart, young buck, but you don't want me to bring the hammer down literally. Don't do that to yourself. And don't do that to your brothers. It is very suspicious, and as he said, he does not take it lightly. But like, who in the hell are you? You've been on my back since the beginning of this game, boy. The Codex Astartes does not support jumping out of a vehicle that will be blown out of the sky. Okay.
Send a runner to the depot at position Alpha. Let's go.
You're not leading this raid.
Of course I am.
Lieutenant, we need you in one piece. Let's face it, you're holding us together out here, and if you get...
I feel like they cut
Send a
off
runner
her
to the
early.
depot at
Hold
position
up.
Alpha. Let's go.
You're not leading this raid.
Of course I am.
Lieutenant, we need you in one piece. Let's face it, you're holding us together out here, and if you get...
I guess not. It is weird that these cut off. Because there are ones that we have seen. Oh no. Jesus. My brain is I'm thinking about the Division 2. My brain is melting games for that. But it is weird that they do cut off. Obviously, we're not trying to sit here for entire conversations. We're trying to rip and tear until we realize that over the last 10,000 years, if it hasn't taught you that it'll never be done, I don't know what will. But beyond that, you think that they'd actually let us hear it, if for nothing else, then, you know, perspective. Slide in the first place, will you, Titus? I feel like the doors are only as large as they are, specifically in case Ultramarines need to get into these places. Oh, so you think you heretics are gonna go into that small room where I can't fit and hide from you, huh? Let me stick my bolter arm in here and then see what I can do about that. Boy, if the sky ain't literally falling. What? What? Oh!
Attack! The blood of martyrs
I'm fine
is
with
the
that.
seed of the Imperium.
Because I wasn't even trying to kill him. I wanted to see what I was dealing with. I'm like, wait, wow. So there are, I'm not actually sure what they would call them. Basically, traitor Astra Militarum, regular human military, the Imperial military.
Brothers, attack! And we shall know no fear.
Alright, that's valid. That's fine. I'll send them out then. Give me the ability to tank and then tell me I can't tank. Nah, obviously, I expected it. That is wild. Just looking at that portal. That's weird. Did I just throw their grenade back at them? Because I hit the grenade button. But did I throw their grenade back at them?
War portal!
Brothers, attack!
The hell is he using? Give me a moment. What the? Hey.
To war!
It's too bad. Oh, renegades is what they call them. Makes sense. In Space Marine 2, you could actually just sprint through the regular military. It's funny. It makes perfect sense, but it's funny. I guess, alright. Good kill, he says. Don't blow smoke up my ass. I don't need it. Now, if it's a legit good kill, cool. Thank you. Beyond that, we all know that was a mess and a half. guess that was how we get down. Well, this game really is clunky. It's pretty wild. It's clunky, but it feels good. Like, I can see why at the time its clunkiness would have been frustrating, but not enough for people not to play it easily. It's almost like it was intentionally built to be a little clunky, less like it was just a time period. Because I'll tell you now, there were games that came out around that time period and before that were nowhere near as clunky. Okay. Well, how about we take the mysterious structure known as the stairs? Oh, look at that. It seems like they were made for this kind of thing, huh? What y'all think? Oh, wow. We're just getting there. Oh, good lord.
Help us! Demons!
I wanted to see if it was legit. Hell,
Guardsman,
literally.
report.
My
Kind of.
Lord Space Marine. They were on us almost immediately.
Lieutenant, Space Marines are here. Captain Titus, are you there? This is Lieutenant Mira. This whole planet has gone mad.
The forces of chaos are invading this world. We must get to the Titan and destroy that warp gate.
I know what route to take. I deployed troops to man outposts between the Calcus facility and Bastion Primus. From there, you can access the rail network and cross to Manufactura Majakis.
Understood. I will meet you there.
Now, for clarity's sake, these people are actually doing quite well. For one, knowledge of chaos in and of itself actually makes chaos stronger. Two, knowledge of chaos in and of itself makes you weaker and more susceptible to chaos. Three, seeing things like a purple sky because of chaos, energy, demons, it literally messes with your mind and your body to the point that it can transform you almost on the spot, if not on the spot, period, into abominations. You can end up possessed, you can die just outright. On the one hand, the 40K universe is real deep with a lot of lies to itself. On the other hand, it can't entirely afford to tell every truth. But that thought process is getting them killed more than it's helping them. So the fact that they're all still around means they have pretty strong will, pretty strong minds. And it can happen to anybody regardless of the strength of your mind. You just need to slip up. You just need to be tired. Inquisitor Drogon was proof of that. A psyker. Psychers are psychically charged humans that are able to use the same power that the demons come from, the same place that the demons come from, but it makes them more susceptible to it as well. The stronger they are, the more susceptible they are, the more they have to train. But you can only train so much, and eventually you're going to be exhausted, and that's all it takes. That's pretty much what happened to Drogon by his description. I was distracted, and out of nowhere, my shields were bombarded. That may not be how he was possessed, but that's at least how it began. But regardless of who and what you are, you can pretty much end up possessed. And the more powerful, the stronger you are, the worse you are if you're possessed. So, had Drogon stuck around, he would have been a fight and a half, more than likely. All right, enough rambling. Feed me, Seymour. That's impressive. That was actually okay. So check this out. Chaos, as I said, it transforms everything it touches, even planets, structures, the very walls, your own weapons, your own armor can literally be used against you. AI can be used against you, so on and so forth. Right? That soldier was enhanced enough that my bolter shot, and for reference, bolters are something like 75 millimeter grenades. Every bolter you see, a bolt rifle, a bolt pistol, is a grenade launcher. So my assault rifle fires grenades, and he took 2 before he died. The dark side isn't stronger, but it is a quicker pathway to powers many deem to be unnatural. Oh, you died, huh? Wonder what killed you. Oh. Now I know what killed you. You don't want me to close the distance, man. Let's go. Brother, move that ass. What's wrong with you? You're gonna be frustrated. Good Lord.
An orc invasion. Now the tender mercies of Chaos heretics. I'm surprised the place is standing at all.
It probably stands quite literally on heresy and chaos and nothing else. I wouldn't be surprised if this ain't even a regular planet anymore at this point. Here's hoping.
How can we face them? The legions of chaos.
Trooper, get yourself together right now.
Yes, Mom.
The other platoons
Not
are
really
going
an
to fall
answer,
back
Mom,
towards the
but
bastion.
sure.
Hold this position, or they'll be cut off. Greetings, Ultramarines.
What is your situation, Lieutenant?
As well as can be hoped, considering we are surrounded on all sides by the enemy horde.
We're heading back to the command post, Captain.
Indeed. Alright, let's go. Or y'all are heading back. Alright, go for it. Honestly, the Astra Militarum are doing real well, considering the fact that they've been fighting for their lives close to a week. Waiting on help from a fleet that's still inbound. The hell was that?
The blood of martyrs.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. there's still quite a few down here. Quite a few. If he wasn't freaking out, it would be weird. He will need to get that in order. But as far as I'm concerned, so long as he freaks out and gets it over with quickly, it is what it is. So long as it don't spread. Problem is, it probably will spread.
Serve the enemy today.
Too much time behind my gun. That's fine. Okay. I love using explosives to hit enemies I'm not even in a fight with yet. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Holy crap. You can take quite a bit more. I think that Iron Halo ups your strength by like an extra. So like, say your standard shields are 100. I think the Iron Halo puts you at like 125 or something. Because I was able to absorb more of that damage. That's why I just sat there. I wanted to see what would happen.
I want to be strong, to say everything's alright, but it's not. The dead are everywhere. Stinking, rotting. We burn our bodies where we can, but the fire attracts more orcs. If you stop and think about the billions dead here, you'll go mad. But no matter where you go, you find the people of this world. All dead. All waiting for help that never came.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of that in this universe, too. That's the thing about it. When you have an Imperium that's multiple trillions and potentially even larger numbers deep, this kind of thing, unfortunately, becomes the normal day. If it ain't orcs, it's Tyranids. If it ain't Tyranids, it's chaos. If it ain't chaos, it's heretics or traitors or Xenos or each other or some random cosmic event. Really want me to have my las cannon, even though I'm not using a weapon that'll allow me to use the other half of my inventory, or my arsenal, excuse me. 3 guesses what the hell's going on up there.
Not for long.
What was that? You saw me just stop right there, right? That had nothing to do with choice. Need to borrow this. Thank you. I hear dogs. I guess that's, yeah, Lieutenant Nero with me. Damn dog. I heard you downstairs. I knew you were coming. And you took that long? Impressive. Literal dog with a bone. I'm not even mad at you. You little asshole. For the first time, I'm actually out. Was. Yeah, chainsaw in somebody's future. You didn't see that. I didn't shoot my brother in the back. That didn't happen. That was a mistake. I don't know you. Leave me alone. Watch this. Thought that was gonna have me take one to the face, honestly. Damn, that was a painful run. I didn't know they were gonna swarm like that. Oh man, it's jumped with that one. Jesus. You'd think that thing would have died by now. Only reason I didn't bother dodging, I'm thinking, okay, this much fire is going down. I guess he must be one of them real durable types. That's alright. We learn over here.
Not for long.
Christ. What? Not the orc. I heard him talking about the gun. course. Okay, what is going on here? Okay. I guess I have to be zoned to do that.
Time to
That's fine. I'm done with the gimmicks. I came, I saw, I did enough. Yeah, well, except for that. Had to get that. Apparently the game agreed. No. Jesus Christ. Nice catch. Hey. Yes, sir. Done with you. Nice chin.
There's a lift over here.
Brace. Lieutenant. I saw that. That wasn't pretty. If it was possible for there to be female Astartes, I have no doubt you'd probably be the first one. No joke. But from what I hear, it messes with genetics in such a way that it's not actually possible. Other than making
Jonah,
us sterile.
I expected to find a demon chewing on your bones.
Well, they'd spit me right out.
Expected to find a demon chewing on your bones, huh? He draws that much attention. Could be good or bad.
Make your report, Jonah.
The Greenskins have been pressing us hard, both down here and at the Bastion proper.
Get ready to fall back to the Bastion. Do not engage Chaos forces directly until I get reinforcements down here to back you up.
Aye, Lieutenant.
Yeah, if you can help it avoid chaos, they're gonna make you pay for it. And everything you see is gonna make it that much harder to stay sane, legitimately. Even if you're staring at the exact same thing, the more of it you see, it's like it propagates the signal. It's like it literally feeds off of the same signal. That's
Captain
where we
Titus,
were.
This way.
This away, and that away. Just follow the bodies. They'll usually tell you where you need to go.
Lieutenant Mira, this is Bastion Primus. We're under heavy assault. The orcs are back. and they cut power to the sentry guns.
All of them?
They took out the generator. We couldn't defend it against such numbers. We had to fall back.
The Ultramarines and I are almost at your position. Mirror out.
Indeed. Hold on, Promise. We are coming. Jesus Christ.
On that fateful journey through the warp, in my exhausted musing...
I want to be strong. To say...
Benjamin, something terrible has happened. Your mother...
I want to be strong. To say everything's all right. But it's not. The dead are everywhere.
Send a runner to the depot at position Alpha. Let's go.
You're not leading this raid.
What?
Of course I am.
The orcs broke into the temple. I couldn't hear them. The orcs have thrown my duties into chaos. I only get distress calls now. The Xenos are here. The Hablock's on fire. And today, Transmechanic Alaric insisted I contact every single...
One second, folks. Okay. I don't know what was up with that.
Benjamin, something
I want to be strong. To say everything's all right. But it's not. The dead are everywhere.
On that fateful journey through the warp, in my exhausted musings, I let my guard down.
The orcs have thrown my duties into chaos.
Benjamin, I feel like I'm leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow. We can't wait for you here. The shift group left without us. The whole idea was safety in numbers, but they didn't bother to wait. This Hablock's completely looted. We're heading for Evacuation Center Epsilon. Look for us there. Be careful, Ben.
That one might have been the
Radio
one.
says the orcs are 2 streets away.
Help me with this, Doctor.
We're all going to die out here!
You are an Imperial Guardsman. Start acting.
Yeah, that was probably the one. Because we're kind of going back through some of the areas. But that was kind of weird. I'll have to look back at the footage and see exactly what it was. But either way, yeah or no, probably, possibly, could be, I don't know. Morals, hope, dreams, fear. I'm sure that covers probably most of whatever that was gonna say. See, and what's so bad is even without being able to see any of this, the feeling of the energy in the air from chaos, it actually alters everything. So even a blind person ain't safe. And most definitely ain't safe when it comes to the physical
Genetic scan
manifestations.
complete.
But
Adeptus Astartes. Access authorized.
I'm gonna need you to give me a minute, dear. What? Okay. Why is this happening now?
It's been 3 days since Alaric died. The orcs have finally left the temple. I accessed the comm station. The Liberation Fleet is en route, with Ultramarines leading an advance force. They are only now entering the Immaterium. I hope I am wrong, like I've been so many times before. But I fear that by the time the Ultramarines come to our rescue, everyone on this planet will be dead.
It is hard to agree with that considering what we've been seeing, but at least so far everyone, well not everyone, but a nice chunk of the Astra Militarum, the Imperial military, Imperial Army, is still around. But again, they're soldiers, so it's not entirely surprising. Astartes don't really have to concern ourselves with Chaos's influence when it comes to this stuff to the same degree, but we do still need to concern ourselves. Psychers even more so. when the warp is going crazy like this, a psyker's powers can go crazy too. Could be beneficial, but it also leaves you open quite a bit. I'll switch the Vengeance launcher. See what this plasma gun will do for me. Plasma gun unlocked. The Mark 12 rage fire type plasma gun fires charged energy pulses, able to damage heavily armored targets. This weapon is deadly but prone to overheating. Right trigger to fire, hold to fire charge shot. X to vent. That's the big brother to the plasma pistol. But fine. I was content.
Orcs, always more orcs.
Yep.
More greenskins.
Forward.
I'm like, there's no way those soldiers are making it up. That's weird. You have to fire again if you swap weapons in order to vent the heat. It's funny, I keep wanting to take cover. What was that?
Tomorrow, you may be dead.
Okay. I like the plasma launcher. It's nice.
Genetic
It
scan
is nice.
complete. Adeptus Astartes. Access authorized.
Thought there may have been more weapons over there.
More greenskins.
Forward.
Forward to victory.
Imperial Guard, stand your ground! The Ultramarines are here!
Aye, Lieutenant.
You're not doing that right. The Emperor's angels have arrived. Take that. The pride. That sense of accomplishment. Sorry about that. See chaos. See lack of order. It is glorious.
Only in death
And that's what
does
I get
duty
right
end.
there. Should have been keeping track of them. Thought I was keeping track of most of them. Apparently not.
Genetic scan complete. Adeptus Astartes. Access authorized.
Indeed.
There's always more orcs.
What you mean to say is death. Always more death.
Forward!
Charge! Hit.
Stand your ground! The Ultramarines are here!
Aye, Lieutenant.
He just gonna make me. Damn, that aim man got, boy. Talk about a lack of stormtrooper problems. I ain't wasting no time with that. No. Exit. Yep. It's called interrupting your chain there, guy. You didn't know I could do that, did you? Bruh. That just went through the wall. Yes, Sirski. No interruptions. Well, you're gonna die, right? Yep. You didn't know? Now you know.
You can see why we need
Lieutenant, the central outpost is under attack.
Tell them we're on our way.
Move out, brothers. Lieutenant, where is the generator?
If you continue on, you'll find it at the end of our portal.
I will contact you once I have restored power. Brothers, the guardsmen will need your help until the guns are reactivated.
We will hold the line, Captain.
Might actually be where I need to go immediately. Oh, it is. Brothers are staying there. Brothers. Shit's about to get real thick real quick. Fuck is that mining drill? Okay. Tried to execute you to heal myself and I don't know what just happened there. It was like he went into an execution and got himself killed. But I didn't heal.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
I knew he was close to death. That's the only reason why I bothered with that, but I was hoping he wouldn't grab me from that. Yeah. Whole barrier. Okay, I shouldn't have went in for execution. My brain is still stuck on Space Marine 2 for your executions dealing damage and forcing groups to give you space. And to some degree they do give you space, but not like that. I was hoping it was gonna be one of the small ones.
You may be dead.
Needed to get away from them rockets. That's the thing about it. Getting to them rocket dudes is important, but they intentionally make it a point to swarm you with numbers that make you pay attention. You have to pay attention to these ads, unfortunately. What the fuck?
Does duty end?
What even was that? That wasn't a rocket, and it wasn't one of them. They were about to hit me. It wasn't my grenade. They don't blow up instantly. Don't care. Wow. Go to sleep, bitch. That was weird. Maybe run right into him instead of dodge away from him. Irritating. Alright, game. Fine. Are you serious with that?
Spend it well.
Of course. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Being pushed back this far. Okay, man. like there's no way I'm getting through that. Said okay and chose not to do it. Alright. What's that? Where is he? Shit. Finally silence. Evil. says before it's broken. Oh, God.
Lieutenant Mira, the generator is at full power.
It's working. The sentry guns are back online. Captain, your men are near an access point to the rail network. My guardsmen will point the way. Another gateway is close to your position.
My thanks, Lieutenant.
See why they like these guns, boy. Person can fall asleep out here. Jesus.
Here we are, my lord. Carry on, guardsman.
Stuck there for a lot longer than I really would have liked.
Sidonus to Captain Titus. We are running into orcs down here. Nothing like above, though. Just enough to be an annoyance. We will be there soon.
Understood.
So this pistol does not have an infinite charge. I mean, rifle doesn't have an infinite charge, even though it's a plasma rifle. I guess it's just the pistol itself. That's fine. Oh, it looks like there is some ammo. Ah, good. Supplies, period. Yeah, I'm fine with the reswap. Oh, I'm like, what? Go back to the chain sword. Take it back to the old school. As they say, ain't no school like the old school. Okay. Huh. Well, shit. Oh, it's you.
Think you can walk out of here with that sparky thing? I'm Boss Grimskull! This whole planet is mine! Whoa!
Look, it's Chessboard George.
You've been at my heels for long enough, Orc. This ends now.
That's right! Because I'm gonna kill you, Space Marine!
Is that what that is?
Damn you me! Stand still!
Yeah, I know.
So I can kill you!
I know, but where would the fun be? The hell was that? And then they throw you ads to kill you, but also to give you the opportunity to heal. Huh. Main weapons ran out of ammo. Oh, that was a checkpoint?
That does it, Space Marine! I'm gonna twist off your head and paint these walls with your blood.
I mean, I know you can't will if you can. Jesus, when he's shooting, he is locked in his animation. It is disgusting.
Crippled in body, then corrupt in mind.
It's like he aims to fire, and it's like, whew, all right, now let me loosen my back up a bit before I need to do this dodge. Okay, so that's a checkpoint each. All right, Grim Skull.
Why do you give me so much trouble, Space Marine?
Because I wanna. It's important to me. Where you going? Where you going? Oh, you're upset. Well, we'll have this conversation when you calm down. All right, get down there, Susan. Wow. That constant stopping. I have no idea if I'm even hurting him or wasting ammo. That's funny as hell.
I ain't finished with you yet, Space Marine!
But I'm finished with you.
But I am finished with you.
Real talk. We are done here. All that power and capability, and in the end, all you are is a problem for everybody throughout the galaxy. Orcs will turn the tide of a world fast. And in the end, they only do it because they like a good fight. They're like Saiyans. Or Viltrumites. They just have no desire for that fight to end. Makes you wonder if you could trap them in a sort of psychological thing. They are literally capable of making themselves stronger and weaker, or their enemies stronger and weaker. Make us stronger than you and make it to where you can no longer change reality. That way, you can't make a mistake and make things easier on yourself. You know, make it harder so you always have a fight. Right? Of course, we wiped them out and we're done with it.
The damned orc is
unfortunately,
dead.
they
Finally, some good news.
This rail line will take us directly
can't be
to
trusted.
Manufactorum.
The faster the better. Those orcs slowed us down.
And gave Nemiroth time to prepare his invasion. We must get to the Titan and destroy that warp gate.
I think some orcs will deal with humans, but that's an extreme rarity, and there's probably some weird circumstances behind all that, so.
Captain Titus, the orcs
Yep.
are running scared. What's happened?
Really?
The captain dealt with their war boss once and for all.
We have a chance now.
Bolster your defenses. The demon host will not be so easy to frighten off.
Good luck, Titus. All our hopes are with
Indeed.
you.
Indeed. And that's the way the orcs function. Once they lose their war boss, they tend to lose their will to wah. And when I say wah, I mean that literally. Large war as much as possible. So much so that, like, it's almost like whenever enough of them gather, they literally feel that it's the time to go to war. And it's almost like they're bolstered when they do. So when they lose their war boss, despite the fact of nobody being there to really see it, at least as far as we know, the orcs almost seem to feel that the war boss is gone, and they retreat accordingly. And this is what they do all the time until they elect a new war boss. They'll leave, they'll start infighting again like they always do. They'll kill thousands of themselves, and somebody somewhere will rise from those ashes. They are an interesting bunch. Needless to say, they are extremely hard to kill. Odds are we'll be seeing more orcs down here years later, despite the fact of the orc invasion being pushed back just for the simple fact of their blood, bodies, and remains being fungus and working its way down into the planet's ecosystem to make more. But that's gonna be the end of episode 6 for Warhammer 40k Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition on the Xbox Series X, folks. If y'all like what you see and want to see more of me, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube, both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my Discord and YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. Catch you in the next one.